Morning everyone, I'm back out on the fields in Perthshire. I've returned to the gold and silver field. There has been a military rifle range here during the First World War and also up to just after the Second World War, so it's produced quite a lot of military related items and a lot of coinage from George V and also Queen Victoria. So we've had more than 10 silver coins and 1 gold coin off this field. So I'm out on my own, no Martin, no Peter. I've snuck out without telling them, so I'm just going to give it 2 or 3 hours myself and see how I get on. Not the best signal in the world. So I'm not quite sure why it didn't come out a little bit better sounding. However, we've got a button. That is the best I can do for the minute. It's definitely a military button. We've got a crown at the top. We've got this sort of, I don't know, a coronet or a bugle in the middle. And at the very bottom, there's a figure, a little animal, which I believe is an elephant. I've had one of these before, not on this field, but on another field not far from here. I'm pretty sure it is the Highland Light Infantry, if I remember rightly. There's lettering there on the banner, but I can't read it. But definitely, I think it's Highland Light Infantry, and they're a Scottish regiment. I think they were founded around about 1880, and they fought in the First and Second World War. And the elephant at the bottom, I'm sure, relates to their taking part in the Indian mutinies. We're just a few feet away from the button. And a very, very crisp signal. So let's do a live dig. On this one. I'm hoping that this is going to be a coin. See if it's in the hole or out the hole. It's out the hole. I can see something right there. Is it another button? I think just here. Do you see that? Looks like it could be another button, and it is another button. There we go. Oops. There we go. Much more recognisable style of button. So we've got some writing on it, and it looks like it says S-U-S-P-E-N. Suspend. It's not going to be suspenders, surely, with the British Army wearing suspenders when they were on patrols and on training exercises. Or did a lady pop round to say hello? I wonder if they were camped here. So another signal. Let's see what we get. So popped up straight away, and we've got a bullet casing. So again, we return to the military theme. So there's definitely a bit of writing there. It almost looks like it says VI. I don't know, could it be Vickers? But I'm guessing that will be a 303, which was a standard issue World War I and World War II, if I remember rightly. Got another signal. We're only about 4 foot away from the bullet casing, so I'm guessing probably another bullet casing. Certainly sounds the same. And you've guessed it, another bullet casing. Again, I can't make out any lettering. To me it looks again like a 303, so if anyone is better with their bullet calibers than I am, so I'll spare you the detail, but there's another couple of 303 caliber, I believe, bullets, which are all from this same sort of area. So it's actually now 6 that I've had. Another good signal. So we are out the hole. It's there, I think. Yep. So, yet another of these things. Had quite a few of these out of this field now. Someone commented that they are shrapnel. From what, I'm not sure. Possibly from a grenade or from a mortar. I really don't know, but I don't know why we're finding so many of them. But given that someone suggested it was a piece of shrapnel, that would make sense, seeing as we seem to be on a military training ground. So barely 2 feet away from the unknown piece of metal, we've got a known piece of metal, thanks to Michael, who gave me, well, there we go, this one's got quite clear writing on it. Michael on YouTube gave me some info on these. This is the bottom of a hand grenade, a Mills hand grenade. So there we are. Apparently the lettering tells you just exactly what kind of charge the grenade's got in it. But this is the base from a Mills hand grenade. So it looks like we've got bullets, mortars, buttons, suspender buttons, and hand grenades. So they're certainly having a rare old time here, either in World War I or World War II. So it's been all quiet for the last 20 minutes or so. We are out of the hole. That was a deep one, about 10 or 12 inches. Let's see if we can track it down. In there? Yes. In here. So we've got a clod. Let's break it open. This is the best bit. Oh, and there we go. Straight away. Boom. Silver coin. So that's the best we can get for the moment. Georgius V, Di Gratia Britannia Omni Rex. So George V, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons. And on the other side, Fide Defendor India Imperator, which is protector of the faith and Emperor of India. And it's a silver half crown from 1923. George V. Absolutely brilliant. So I've moved into the field next door. And that sounds very good. But the ground looks like it's going to be like rock. And I can confirm the ground is like rock, but thankfully it was pretty shallow. Looks like we've got a coin or a button. There we go, fantastic. Coin number 2. Let's give it a clean up and see if we can see anything. This is brilliant. I love things like this. This is, for me, this is even more special than the silver coin. This is a token that's been created locally. It's blank on this side, and I've had one of this particular type before. You can just make out the name Crichton at the top there. C-R-I-C-H-T-O-N. In the middle, 1D, which is 1 old pence. And at the bottom it says Littleton, which is the name of the farm. I'd need to check, that's probably somewhere fairly local to here. And this is an old token for workers who would have worked in the fields. They were employed by the farm and they were partly paid in these tokens. And then the farm had a shop. Because we're out in the middle of nowhere, they had a little place where you could go and buy bread and eggs and all the basic essentials. So effectively you were being paid, and you could only spend the money with the company that you worked for. So it was the ultimate con. But these are a great piece of social history. So Crichton's 1 pence Littleton. So this probably dates to, not particularly old, it's probably sometime around the early 1900s. Sometime between probably 1900 and 1920, I would say. but it's a great piece of social history. Absolutely love finding things like this. So we've got another good signal. We are out the hole, or somewhere in here. Maybe. Oh. Right, we're in here. Well, I can't see anything. Right, let's see. Yep, it's definitely there, so let's put some of it there. And it looks like I've put it down. Is that it? That's it there. There we are. God, that's tiny. And that is a little lead shot. That is from a pistol. Very old sort of flintlock style of pistol, called in Scots they would call it a dag. You'd pronounce it D-double-A-G, and it's a small pistol that was worn on your belt. So these were quite popular in Scotland in the sort of 1500s, 1600s, through it into the start of the 1700s. So this may be my last signal of the day. You can see how dry it's been. Look at that. Who would have thought that the fields in Scotland would look like this? We haven't had any rain here for weeks and weeks. So we are out the hole. There we are there, piece of lead. That might actually, it is, it's a bullet. My God, it's a massive bullet. That is a massive bullet. I mean, that is huge. That looks even bigger than like a 50 caliber. I'm not an expert in bullets. Anyone know what that could be? So this one came in incredibly faint, but I dug it. And at first I thought it was a musket ball that's hit something, but the shape's wrong. So it looks more like it's a bullet, but it's either broken off or it is a little stubby one. But it's definitely made of lead. It definitely looks like a bullet. So any ideas on that one? So I'm winding down. As is so often the case, you head home and that's when you get your little cluster of signals. So this one sounds pretty reasonable. Joined by another aeroplane overhead. We are out the hole, so let's see what we've got. I'm going to say button. But a coin would be nice. I'm rubbish at using this thing. Used to be about there. Nope. I must be close. I am close. Oh, there we go. See that? Is it a coin? It is. It's a bloody coin. It's a silver coin. I don't believe it. I do not believe this. It is another silver coin. It is very well worn, but it is Queen Victoria. And it is a young head Queen Victoria. So that's going to put it sometime in the early to mid 1800s, I'm guessing. It's very, very smooth on this side. I can just make out the crown, and I'm pretty sure that that is a threepence, a threepence. I don't think it's a sixpence. I think it's too small to be a sixpence. I got a sixpence out this field last week, and I'm sure it was a bit bigger, but at the end of the day, 2 more silver coins out of this field. It's just incredible. I've never had so many silver coins out of a field in my life. I am 6 feet from the silver Victorian coin. I've got another good signal. Could it be? Surely not. Let's do another live dig. People must be thinking that I'm at it. But I can assure you, I'm not. This field is just incredible. So we're out the hole. Let's get the carrot out. Let's see, get out the light. There we are. Ah, there we go. What have we got? Got a piece of a bracelet. It's like a twisted copper. You can see where it's broken. So it's probably part of a wrist bracelet made of copper, or copper alloy by the looks of it. And age-wise, I'm really not sure again. If anyone's got any idea, then let me know. So there we are, a pretty successful haul. I've taken out some of the smaller bits of bullet casings that I got, just to spare you the, well, my hand's only so big, basically I can only hold so much stuff. So got a lovely Crichton's Littleton 1p token. We've got a Highland Light Infantry badge, button, which I think is probably World War II. Queen Victoria silver, which I think is a threepence. We've got this little button which is, I'm sure it says suspenders on it, so maybe the army was having some downtime in between. We've got the bottom of a Mills hand grenade. We have got a half crown of George V, and then we've got a little pistol shot from a dag pistol, as we call it in Scotland back in the day. Just trying to get out of the wind a little bit. And then we've got these two. This one here I think is part of a bullet, and this is an absolute monster of a bullet. And then we've got a piece of lead, a bit of shrapnel, some bullets, 303 bullets, all found. Well, I got 9 in total in a very, very small area, so clearly it was a firing position for someone. I think someone else on YouTube commented that this is a piece of shrapnel, this piece here. And then we've got this little bit of chain. So all in all, for a few hours of detecting 2 pieces of silver, I'm over the moon with them. The button's tremendous as well, but I think the star of the show for me is this little token, Crichton's Littleton Farm 1p. So that would be a token given to a farm worker to allow them to, as part of their wage, which would allow them to buy some supplies in the shop that was based on the farm, because we're in such a rural area. So that's a great piece of social history. But all in all, I'm over the moon with that. Tremendous.